This is GMCstream television, and we're at the Space Symposium, and we're extremely lucky to have a great American who's an astronaut, and we're going to talk a little bit about him, introduce himself. I'm more interested in what brought you into becoming an astronaut, maybe your earlier background. We'll keep it to 5 minutes.
Okay.
And if you could introduce yourself.
Well, hello, I'm Bob Behnken. I'm a current U.S. Air Force officer. I'm a colonel in the Air Force now. When I arrived in the astronaut office, I was a captain, so it's been a few years for me. You mentioned a little bit about my pathway to becoming an astronaut. For me, I was an engineering student. I completed a PhD in mechanical engineering at Caltech, and before coming on active duty in the Air Force and being assigned to a research laboratory at Behnken Air Force Base. Actually, at the symposium here, the Air Force Research Laboratory has a booth, and that was one of my original stomping grounds in my Air Force career. Was selected for the test pilot school and was doing flight tests of the F-22 when I moved to Houston. Exactly.
Yeah. Excellent. So, what's where are you originally from, and give us a little feel about a little bit of that.
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, which is the middle of the country, kind of the heartland. My dad is a construction worker. Did a lot of that sort of a work during the summers growing up. While I was in high school, that was how I earned my keep, if you will, was by doing jobs as a construction laborer. So all kinds of things from pipelines to getting some chances to actually. In Missouri's got some rocky areas, and I had to do some drilling with my dad and some blasting of some what were going to be basements or going to be water lines kind of going through. So those days of hard labor, if you will, convinced me I ought to go to school and get some sort of an education where when I was 50 or 60 years old, I wouldn't be relying on my body to continue to make a living. And so was able to do that, and looking for a way to pay for it involved reaching out to the Air Force for an ROTC scholarship, and I was commissioned in 1992 because I had served my time in ROTC, and that was the thing to do. And eventually came on active duty before going through the pathway that I talked about before.
What was the university of with the ROTC?
I went to Washington University in St. Louis. It's a little bit tricky, but it's the Washington University that's in St. Louis, not Washington State or Washington D.C. So I did physics and mechanical engineering there, and then followed up with graduate school out in California.
Well, Colonel, I promised this would only be 5 minutes, and maybe in the end you can just kind of reintroduce yourself for our subscribers.
Okay.
You can just look at the keynote.
Again, Richard, I'm Bob Behnken. I'm an Air Force colonel, and I'm a NASA astronaut. I'm here today at the Space Symposium at the behest of Air Force Space Command, which I'm a part of, and had the opportunity today to stand in front of Boeing's Starliner spacecraft, which alongside the Dragon spacecraft, NASA's pursuing for eventual flights to the International Space Station, and that's what I'll fly on next for those two vehicles.
Great. Well, I'm ex-Air Force as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.